got home from work this morning and I had an unusual urge to be creative. So I'm thinking about trying to put something together today, and I figure I might as well document my progress and see if it comes together as nicely as I hope it will in my head. If you're watching this video, that means it probably came together nicely enough for me to just be okay with putting it on YouTube. And if you're not watching this video, then how are you able to hear what I'm saying? Think about that. Let that mess with your mind. Hit the theme song. So I switched up the above the desk display to kind of reflect some of the movie versions of some of the characters that I've acquired over the years. Like I said in the previous video, I got that Thing figure as a result of second place in a contest. And so I kind of wanted to see what he looked like from other figures, also based on their movie counterparts. And I think they all kind of display together pretty nicely. Whether you're a fan of the movies that they're from or not. I know a lot of people didn't really care for this Punisher movie. I actually kind of liked it. I don't know why everybody's so hard on it, but regardless, what do you think of the display? Let me know if you like it. One thing I wanted to mention before we get started here today is that a fellow animator, a guy on YouTube, his channel is 4star918, I believe. 4star918. Yeah, it sounds right. I'll link it here anyway. If I'm wrong, then just follow the link. But he's hosting a contest for his 1,500 subscribers. And in that contest, you basically have 2 months to create any kind of stop motion animation you want. It's there's no set length. You can have any length you want. It can be basically about anything you want it to be about, as far as I'm understanding. Like I said, check the link, but I know there's a bunch of people that follow my stop motion channel, and if any of those people find their way to this video, I know a lot of you guys are animators too, so feel free to sub his channel and maybe get yourself entered into a contest, see if you want to take part in something like that. He's got some really cool prizes, and they're giving away some pretty awesome stuff as far as I can tell, and he also said that if more people get involved, he might up the ante a little bit, put in a couple extra prizes, or just, try and make it worthwhile for the people who put their time and effort into entering the contest. So, just wanted to pass that along. I think it's a cool thing, and I'm definitely going to try and take part in it. I already let him know that I would be participating, so, hopefully I can raise a little bit of awareness here and spread the word among other people in the animating community that, try something out. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I had the unusual spark to be a little creative today. So what I'm going to try and do is create kind of a small corner of the Batcave, like maybe the weapons rack, the arsenal area. So basically I just cut apart this box here. It's, really simple. It's kind of small. It's just, a small corner of the Batcave. That's all I'm really going for today. If I like how it turns out, I might try other parts of it. What else I'm going to be using is this, I don't even know what you would call this, but you can find it in the, like the sewing, yarn area, like fabric area of Walmart. It's cheap. It's like $1.50 or $2 for just this plastic stuff. You're going to be using this. I'm using this for the weapons rack itself. I made this already. It's like kind of the vault. You can see it's basically just a piece of cardstock that I folded and glued to give a little extra, support, thickness. And I cut it in the shape of like a vault door. I cut strips of cardboard. I got a bigger cap there. Like, I just glued it all together. And that's going to be like, probably right here, like the vault door. I want to get like the costume vault thing going. Also, I'm going to check out this stuff. Now, this is called Great Stuff. It's basically just foam in a can. And when you spray it out, it kind of dries to look similar to rock texture. Not like identical or anything, but for my purposes today, it's going to be good enough. And I got a couple of cans of spray paint that I'm going to be using, so hopefully I'll be able to put something decent together with this. I'm going to be going through it step by step and just, kind of showing off my progress as I go along. So here's the main frame of it. I got like one small, like thin layer of black spray paint on it. You can see it's not completely done. I'm going to do some more, but first I want to put some of the rock structure down before I started spray painting it. This is just for a size comparison about what it's going to be like. I'm going to put the vault, like I said, like right in here. This is the the weapons rack itself. I spray painted it with a spray paint. It's called hammered metal, and it's just, you know, kind of that silver, you know, kind of thing that you want. I'm thinking about putting it right in here and then like displaying the various weapons like right on there. So he's got kind of like his weapons and his vault right there. Meantime, we're going to start with the great stuff. I'm going to get this stuff going, and hopefully this will turn out looking all right. So basically this stuff, you're going to want to shake it up and keep it pointed down like that. So that way like it all kind of comes out evenly. Obviously you can tell I'm just, you know, kind of free forming this. I'm not really doing anything that specific with it. This stuff comes out kind of fast, so you want to be careful with it. And it's also like relentless if you get it on your hands. Like, it's sticky as hell, so try not to touch it. If you can avoid that, just, you know, make sure you do yourself a favor and, you know, don't get it on your hands, because this stuff is never going to come off. All right, well, this is good enough of a rock structure for me. Like, some of the paint is going to you know, give the illusion of the rest of, you know, the wall being like made out of rock and stuff. You know, I'll just get like a couple extra little textural things in there, but nothing much. So basically what happens is we let this dry, and then you can go back and, you know, basically I'm going to try and paint a black flat layer over this again, so when I go back and redo the layer, it'll just black. And then I'm going to paint over it with like a rock. It's some kind of a textured Rust-Oleum paint, but it's like, it comes out looking like stone. I used it on my Mortal Kombat pit display, which I've shown in previous videos. So I know it works. I just want to get like a flat coat first before I start like using that paint, because that's expensive. So anyway, we'll check back in a little while and see how it looks. We're looking at it with one coat of, well, not one coat, but it's pretty much all entirely coated with like flat black. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to start putting the stone paint on it. This is the rusted metal, or not the rusted metal, the hammered metal I was talking about earlier. And this stuff and the stone paint, they'll run you probably about $8 a can. Pretty expensive, which is why I use like that 99-cent, you know, fast dry black for everything first. So, you know, that way I'm not spending money like doing coats and coats of the expensive paint. Also, here's how the vault looks when it's all painted. Pretty nice. It's this, you know, paint right here again. I'm impressed. I'm going to stick that in there, you know, once it's all said and done. So, yeah, not looking too bad so far. I'm thinking this is probably how I'm going to want the weapons rack laid out on there. I don't really know how I'm going to get these things to stay on there. I'm thinking maybe like a little bit of, you know, blue tack or, you know, wax or something like that in the back. I don't have the, I don't even know the name of it, but the cheese wax that everybody uses. But I do have some kind of like poster tack that maybe I'll be able to stick on the back of the batarangs and all the stuff. The grappling hook is actually from one of the Ninja Turtle figures, I think, from the movie. But the rest of these, I think, are actually Batman accessories. So I think they all look pretty nice on the rack. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get them to stay there. Also wanted to make sure I mentioned that this video is very heavily inspired by Slings of Web. Now, if you've never seen Slings of Web's channel, I'm going to link the Shadow Box video, because that's pretty much where I'm drawing a lot of my inspiration. That's where I did a lot of, you know, I watched that video before I made like those Mortal Kombat ones I made. I have a couple other ideas that I've been kind of fleshing out. But his channel's awesome. This is the type of guy who, he's all about trial and error, and when he makes something work, he definitely shares it with the world. So I picked up a lot, you know, from watching his videos. And as far as ACBA goes, he's probably one of my favorite ones to watch, just because, you know, as far as, you know, you're entertained always, but you could also, you know, at the end of the video, you probably have learned something if you were paying attention. So, you know, Sling, keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm very entertained, and a lot of people are too, I think. So anyway, I'm going to wait for that paint to dry in the other room and put the stone over the black and see how it looks. So this is the piece so far. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. The rocks, I think, look pretty awesome. I was really happy the way that the black kind of sealed the great stuff foam. because that rock textured paint does not stick very well to the grade stuff. You're going to have to use like layers and layers of it, but after one coat of the black, man, that stuff stuck right on. You can see I already glued the vault door to it, so you got Batman's like costume vault there. The only thing that I'm not sure what I'm going to do is the weapons rack itself. I know I want to put it here, but it's kind of hard to see, like up against, like the rock color and the metal color are very similar. So I might try and like bring it off the wall a little bit, just so it kind of has a little more depth, a little more texture to it. Well, this is what I came up with. I took a piece of cardboard and spray painted it black and glued the edges of my rack around it. And you can see that I cut up a bunch of, you know, the twist ties that come with basically every figure ever. And I pulled them through and I bent them like in the shape of, you know, hooks that go underneath all the weapons. A pain in the ass. It took forever to do. But the end result I'm happy with, because I can remove every single one of these weapons off the wall. You know, I can, I don't have to have them glued down. I can actually display them with the figures if I want. Or I can just have them propped up like this. And against the flat black cardboard like that, it really makes the gray grid panel thing stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to glue this down to the back of the Batcave there and see what it looks like. So here it is, my finished product. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's something pretty cool to spend an afternoon doing. I really like the way the contrast looks with the metallic gray color over the rock gray color. Like it definitely stands out. It's pretty bold. And putting the back part on the grid panel here where the weapons are was a smart idea. That way, you know, because it just pushes it out a little bit, makes it look like it's mounted on the wall instead of just like, you know, slapped on there kind of hastily. But like I said, all these weapons are still like fully removable. I can take any one of them off and, you know, pose them with Batman or whatever. I'm thinking about getting a little more elaborate with this and eventually starting to put together more of the Batcave, because one of the things I always wanted was a sick Batcave playset. You know, well, I call it a playset because I still got my mind wrapped around playing with toys as a kid. You know, back when the old Batcave Command Center came out, which is kind of where I got the inspiration for this vault in the first place. You know, the 1989 Batman movie and, you know, that Kenner toy where you could spin the top part of it and turn Bruce Wayne into Batman. But yeah, overall, I mean, if you got a couple of bucks to spend on a couple of cans of paint and some cardboard and, you know, some glue and a can-do attitude, you can put together something sweet like this. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you made something similar to this or another display piece that you want to show off, feel free to show it to me. Alright, well, this has been Captain McKay. I've had fun doing this, and hopefully you guys watching have enjoyed watching it, maybe learned something, and if not, shit, I guess I did something wrong. Alright, peace out.